right, what's up everybody? I'm out here on my deck. I've got a module patio above the garage, like a deck. You can see these 12 by 12 squares. And we had a drip underneath, into the garage underneath the deck floor. And I took out the module deck. As you can see here, I've got part of it up. And we've got a little bit of a problem. This drain I fixed. This one was bad, so I pulled out the old drain. This is what the old one looked like. You can see they just had this basic system in here, and they probably put this in afterwards, cut this and sealed it up with caulking. Well, obviously that fails. That is no go. Basically, this rubber membrane is not mechanically attached to the drain. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to install the proper drain into a flat rubber roof system. This is the incorrect drain. Some jackass had put two of these in. This is the new drain that we're going to be installing. It comes with a, it comes with a strainer piece here, and we're actually not going to need this piece because when you screw this all the way in, it sits a little too high. So I'm going to show you what I am going to do instead. But let me explain this basic piece for you real quick. This has a mechanical locking mechanism. So the idea is that you install this, and then your rubber membrane goes over the edge. This goes inside like this, mechanically clamps that rubber membrane down to this piece. You lock it into place, and then that ultimately creates a proper seal. That's what I was told by the pros anyway, when I made some phone calls. And so I'm gonna show you how to replace that. Now keep in mind, I'm no pro, but this is totally a DIY approach, and we're gonna save about $8 grand in this video because we're not gonna be replacing the whole deck from a professional roofing company. We're gonna be DIYing this and hopefully doing it right. So stick with me, there'll be lots of challenges along the way, and hopefully this video can help you out.
So let's take a look at the problem. I came out here after work one day and there's just this random puddle sitting here, and that's very unnatural. So I looked up and definitely saw a little bit of drip, drip, drip coming from the top of the drywall here. So fortunately, there were some access panels already in the ceiling of the garage to, obviously they needed to install and have access to that PVC pipe. So that was good news. I had access to it, and I'm basically just reaching up here and making sure that the leak is not coming from one of the joints in the elbow, for example, that it is indeed coming from the drain. So I'm poking around, feeling around for wet spots, and we can see it's pooling here, and the water is saturating through the drywall and dripping onto the garage floor. That is a big problem. So we're going to have to air that out, and we will in just a minute, but let me take you up to the deck part. I got the little modular 12 by 12 squares off, and check this out. This is indeed a hot mess. I'm a DIYer. I know how to DIY, but this puts DIY to shame. Clearly the caulking has failed. They just put a bunch of clear caulking on there and walked away from it. So how do you fix it? Well, obviously I had rain happening. That's why I noticed the drip, drip, drip. So that needed to be remedied ASAP. So I went out and just cleaned off really well and just put a bunch of caulking down to temporarily solve the problem. That doesn't permanently fix it. And of course, I'm taking my little fan here and getting this ventilated and dried out. So at first I used roofing cement because that's kind of what I had. And I cleaned off the area so that it bonded a little bit. I don't care what it looks like. You're going to laugh at this, but we're going to cut all this away. So it doesn't really matter. I just needed to make sure if it rained in the next like 48 hours or 72 hours, until I had a chance to permanently fix it, that it wouldn't actually, and I put caulking on top of that as well. But it would actually solve the leak problem temporarily. So I cleaned that off really well, and the day came to actually replace the drain. So I bought, good luck trying to find some EPDM rubber membrane in a small quantity. I did find some, I'll put a link down below, but I basically need to replace this. So I cut out very carefully around the black part of the membrane. There is a spongy, soft membrane underneath that, which I think is good news. It's a little damp, you could tell water was getting back here. And with my X-Acto knife and my multi-tool, I worked to basically cut very carefully in a circular pattern all the bad parts of the black membrane. And then you're left with this hot mess. So we're going to be taking care of this. You can see they put X cuts into the actual soft white membrane as well, and then caulked all around that. So I'm going to be, with my X-Acto knife and multi-tool, very gently lifting up that caulking and being careful not to further make any tears or puncture marks, and gently trying to break all that caulking out. We're going to be essentially lifting this drain out. You can pull the strainer out at this point because that's just sitting in there caulked in, so that can go. And then there, in this particular drain setup, there are 2 set screws, one in each diagonal corner from each other, and those are all rusted out as well, so we can back those off. Fortunately, they came out pretty easily. Now, underneath the deck, well, before I continue, I am going to cut. I have a little pipe clamp around there to make sure it's even, and I'm going to go ahead and make a cut on the vertical part of the 2-inch PVC pipe. And I needed to leave enough space there because I'm going to put a coupler on about a 1/2 inch or so, maybe 3/4 of an inch to be safe, and then coming back up here and prying this off. You can't pry until you cut that PVC because obviously that's holding it down. And I've got my pry bar here, and again, it's kind of this combination of cutting with X-Acto knife, multi-tool, and pry bar. And that lifts right up, thus revealing a giant hole in your deck. So obviously you have to time this for weather and whatnot. But a separate video on how to deburr the PVC pipe, but I definitely did that. Prepped the pipe, got that all ready, and then dry fit my new drain in here. The subfloor was good, nice and hard. I did put a box fan in. Oh, we are getting some rain. Got to hurry it up a little bit. I did put a box fan on and made sure that this was adequately ventilated and dried out before I continued. Next, I'm going to adhere the PVC pipe using primer, purple primer, and PVC cement. And I'm masked up. And I've got a separate video on my channel for how to do this. If you are interested, you could search for that. But this was my unit. I basically did the tailpiece, the coupler, and glued that all together. And then finally made sure that my tailpiece was long enough, right? And then went underneath and secured that. So we're good. The new drain is permanently attached to the PVC pipe. Now we need to actually attach I have stainless steel 1.5 inch screws that I'm putting to attach the new drain to the subfloor. 4 screws total, and that was very secure. Now you don't want to over tighten the screws, so you just have to find that sweet spot between tight and too loose. Next, I'm going to measure my dimensions for my patch. I want to come 4 inches from the edge of the membrane, and I'm going to transfer those measurements to my new sheet that I have. This is my patch sheet that I bought. Links in the description for this because it was hard to find. I was able to find some for a reasonable price and not have to pay $300 for 170 feet of this stuff. So the new patch is centered, and any markings on the new patch needs to be facing up, not facing down, because you don't want that affecting the adhesion. And I've got my center point here marked, and I'm gonna take my new drain and put a little circle there. That'll indicate the center drain point of the new patch. Next, I'm gonna take an X-Acto knife and make very small slits for the bolts that are in the drain base, the new drain base, and pop those through. And then using an X-Acto knife and scissors, I'm going to carefully cut away a hole in that. Next, I'm going to take this compression sealant here and just use half the tube and just squeeze all this underneath the white membrane. And that's going to create, I think, a nice seal and keep water from infiltrating back in there. Next, I'm going to take the drain clamp and push it on and rotate it. Be careful not to tear your black membrane. It should rotate freely, maybe a little bit, and then we'll tighten those bolts down, and we're going to tighten them pretty well. So now the membrane is permanently secured to the new drain. Can you see that? Next, we're going to take this primer stuff, links down below for all these materials. And then it's a little dark because I lost some nightfall here, or some daylight, but I'm going to take this double-edged primer, or this double-edged tape stuff, and very gently apply it to the primed EPDM rubber membrane like that. And it does have a little plastic piece on the top side of it. We're going to peel that off in just a minute, but I'm going to use my roller here and just work out perpendicular to the tape, not parallel, perpendicular to the tape, work out any bubbles, and just make sure that's nice and secure. That's going to activate the adhesion and create a very professional permanent bond. That is the idea. Here's a better look at that. We're going to be taking off that little protective cellophane coating in just a second. You'll see how that That's done. And so we're going to work our way all the way around. Now I primed the underside of the new patch as well, and then basically put it down on top of it, and then use the roller to get rid of that. So here we go. We've got our permanently mechanically attached membrane to the new clamp, and there's my little white strainer. We'll put a little caulking in there. Now let's do this again. You'll get some other angles and hopefully some other tips as well. This is the second drain. You can see the one on the left there is finished. And so the one on the right, I am basically doing the same thing, removing that black membrane and working to get rid of all the caulking and break that using my multi-tool as well. And, you know, take your time with this. There's no need to hurry. Just slowly peel it back. You might get into some trouble, like, oh, what's next here? I used my multi-tool to basically chisel vertically down around the clamp, or around the drain, and then pried that out, just like the first one. So that's a little laborious, but not too bad, to be honest. Got to be careful when you put your tools down that you don't puncture the new or the existing membrane, obviously.
I mean, look at this, all this caulking, unacceptable. Wow.
And of course I had cut the PVC right there again before I removed the drain, sanded it down, prepped that, and then attached my new PVC, made sure everything dry fit, of course, before permanently attaching everything, and then connected that drain to the subfloor. Now, as far as the new patch goes, we've cut the appropriate dimension, and here it is, me putting the compression sealant on, measuring for the centerpiece, getting it mechanically clamped down, just leaving me with the edges to deal with. Now these edges, when you prime everything and glue it, or put that double-sided tape down, you get kind of one shot at it, because once it touches, you know, if you're working with duct tape or packing tape and it like folds in on itself, it is a hot mess. You have to be really careful and really focused and distraction-free. My kids are gone, and that's how I was able to do it. Now I'm going to drop one of these low-profile strainers in here, and we need to actually test this out to make sure we are solid dry. What better way to test it than a little rainfall? A couple days later, we had some heavy rain, and I had an eye on it for sure. The top and underneath. Checked both the drains that I replaced, and voila, we are 100% dry, and we're going to leave it at that. Hopefully, this video has helped you out with your repair. Thanks for being with me, and good luck with your project.